Hello there, my YouTube friends and fans. Welcome back to Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. So, someone in the comments recommended that I collect as much money as I can in one run, get a tombstone soda, kill myself, and then respawn, get the tombstone, and then start with all this money. I thought, I never used the tombstone before, but that sounds like a really great idea. Let me try this. So here I am at the end of a run. You can see there's like only 5 minutes left here until the cloud kind of overtakes me. I have lots of goodies here in my backpack, and I have over 20,000 coins, whatever you call that, in the zombie world. So that would really allow me to start with 20,000 my next run, meaning I only would need 5,000 to then upgrade to tier 3, which would be easy with a couple of contracts. And so I'm like super excited to test this out, but it also feels really weird to just sit here on this roof that I've chosen for my tombstone and wait for my death, you know, while I was the only player really left on this map, as I noticed. And, you know, it feels really weird. It's like, I don't know if this is actually gonna work. I hope this works, because I'm giving up my 3-plate armor vest, my big backpack, and my kill streak, and my guns. So it's something makes me very, very nervous. But here we go. The gas is here now. So I want to go back up on the roof because I want my tombstone to be up here so I easily find it when I get back. I have a specific location that I marked for myself. And here it is. It is sure not a really cool feeling when you do this on purpose, because I'm like, I didn't have to do this, but here I go. Only player left, and just kind of doing this to myself. So I was wondering what's gonna kill me first, the lightning or the gas? And I think it was just the gas that really took me out. So here I go. And then I wasn't quite sure if I should just leave the match or if I have the game actually tell me I'm eliminated. So I decided to go the route where the game eliminates me, because I don't know if you leave the match if the tombstone will stay. So I wanted to be sure that it's a death that happened because of the game and not because of me. And as far as I know, you're not supposed to plead for help, or it's not gonna count. So I was like laying there thinking, I hope I did this right. I really hope my tombstone will be there when I get in. I was very curious. So I did that the night before. So the next day when I came, I was a little bit unsure about this whole situation, because I read that the only thing you keep is what was in your backpack. You lose your vest, you lose your backpack, you lose your guns and your kill streaks. And that was something that I did not like about this idea, and I quickly regretted that I did this, because I think it's not worth it losing that, because it takes so long to find a large backpack and a 3-plate armor vest again. And also, if your injured weapons are on cooldown, you can't even use your weapons. But here we go. The tombstone is actually showing up on the map exactly where I died. So I'm at least optimistic about that. But I also realized that I will have to get self-revives again. I have to get a 3-plate armor vest. I have to get a big backpack before I can even get into the high threat zone. So it dawns on me that this idea wasn't such a great idea. And so I know that this is definitely not something I will do again. But right now I'm just eager to get my tombstone. But before I do that, I stop by my favorite location here, which is one of my favorite locations to get a lot of money quick. And also I am hoping to find some self-revives and hopefully a 2-plate armor vest and a medium backpack before I head and get my tombstone. So all kinds of thoughts go through my head while I'm running through this mall here, and I'm thinking, I had a large backpack before, so if I get everything back from my large backpack, but I don't have a large backpack, what is going to happen then? Where does my stuff go? So do I need to find a large backpack first? Or how is this even happening? So I was really concerned about that. And so here I continue looting all the registers for money and searching in the duffel bags for hopefully a self-revive and some decoy grenades and whatever else, you usually need on a run. And finally taking out all the zombies that have been on my heels for a little while, pestering me the whole time. Continue my looting, more zombies show up, and all of a sudden I get pinned against the wall behind me. In a corner high up, as you can see, and I can't move. I'm kind of glued to the wall, and I can't move. And I get taken down. And I was so upset at this point. I was like, well, there it goes. I didn't have a self-revive, so now I'm down. I haven't even gotten to my tombstone yet. And I'm already down. The game is already basically over for me, unless someone can come help me. But now I'm losing precious time that I wanted to spend getting all the stuff together to go into the high threat zone, and there is no guarantee that someone is going to come and actually help me out. It's at the beginning of the game, and I don't know. So I do my usual texting and hope that I'm lucky and someone comes fast, but I already kind of lose hope of doing this mission with the high threat zone. But I'm thinking, at least I want to get the stuff that I have in the backpack so I don't lose everything, including my insured weapon. It would be nice to at least hold on to that and then just go back in and try again. So almost 8 minutes after I went down, those players near my location are still not moving, and I don't think they're even aware that I'm there, didn't see my text, or don't want to help. So I decide to leave the match. Totally aware that I just literally lost everything I worked so hard for, wasted a whole run for, getting all this money, lost literally everything. I have to start from total scratch. So I knew to never do this again. So in my next run, I found a tonfa pretty early in the run, which helped me survive because I couldn't find a gun right away. And the tonfa is just really, really great if you just have to do self-defense. And then I found an MCW, which turned out not to be such a great gun. It's a great gun for multiplayer, but for zombies it just isn't, because you have only 20 bullets. And then when you do tier 1, you only get 40 bullets. And it's like that just makes you reload so often. And it just, to me, that gun compared to the Holger LMG was just like so useless. But at least it was a gun, so I was able to survive. And I found a 2-plate armor vest, but I never found a medium backpack. And that was something that was really surprised me, because usually when I don't need a 2-plate armor vest and a medium backpack, I see them like everywhere. I mean, almost every cabinet I open up, everything, I just see them. And here I almost killed myself again because I was so stupid and I was bored at the end of the run and I just wanted to do one more thing. I decided to do the stink house and yeah, almost died. So I was thinking, no, let's not push it now. Let's get out. I regained a lot of stuff, not everything I needed, but it's a start. So let's get out and get in the next run and get the rest of the stuff that I need. So in the next run, I found, look at that, I found 4 self-revives. I found chunks of flesh, I found lots of good things, and I even found a large backpack, but I did not find a 3-plate armor vest. So I thought I'm gonna do a contract in the orange zone that hopefully gives me a chance for a 3-plate armor vest, or then at least in the orange zone. After that I can go do some looting, because often you find 3-plate armor vests there. But before I could do that, I had to go and pack a punch my weapon to tier 1. So at this point, I was only at tier 1 and I was already at 25 minutes before exfil. So I knew that I won't have time to gather enough money to pack a punch my weapon to tier 3. But I was thinking I have such great things in my backpack that would really make this mission easier, especially so many self-revives and turrets and I even found chunks of flesh, so I was thinking I could get myself at least a tier 2 dog. So things were looking really good, but I still didn't have a 3-plate armor vest, and then not having that plus only having a tier 2 weapon just made it kind of risky to do it. But I was like, hey, I'm gonna try if I can. Let me just do this contract and then see what I get. And on this route, this delivery contract route, mercenaries were blocking the train track, so I had to take a detour, which almost cost me. As you can see, my truck is about to explode, but I did it. And I'm eager to check the reward rift. And I get a Cosmere, which again kind of confirms that I really should do this mission, because now I have even one more thing that would help me out with that. But then I look at my purse and I'm seeing that I'm quite far away from the 10,000 I need to pack a punch to level 2. So I'm like, oh man, I gotta do another contract, but I struggle taking out the zombies here, even though I do have a tier 1, but as you can see, it just doesn't do enough damage because I don't have a tool on it. And so I knew that I had to kind of go back into the low threat zone if I didn't want to risk everything again and just do a contract there. And I find a weapon stash contract, which usually is not too bad. It goes pretty fast and it's pretty easy when you do it in a low threat zone. And I'm done, and all I get is an uncommon ether tool. Well, that was better than nothing because I didn't have any ether tools at my gun yet. So I was thinking, well, at least this gives me a little bit more power, because now I have to go back into the tier 2 zone to pack a punch my weapon to tier 2. What I didn't realize at that point is that I didn't have enough money. I completely forgot to check my purse. But I just wanted to go and get that done because I felt really rushed because I had now only 12 minutes left if I still wanted to go and try that mission. So I knew I didn't have enough time to do another mission, so I was hoping just killing enough zombies and maybe finding some money in the loot will give me the rest of the money that I needed, which was only about, I think at this point, 300 that I needed, which you can get pretty quickly. But again, I had this time pressure that really stressed me out at this point. So I run up to this big box here and I find a rare ether tool, which really came in handy right now because I was still really struggling. A mimic showed up and I realized that my weapon definitely was a little bit stronger now, which made me feel confident because again, I still was hoping to go into the high threat zone and just try this mission with a tier 2 weapon and, you know, crazy me. But I just was like, I can never get a tier 3 weapon in time. I just have to try to do it with a tier 2. Shortly after, I actually realized that I did have enough money and I couldn't wait to go and pack my gun before any zombies had a chance to take me down because I was so struggling with this tier 1 in the orange zone. So here we go, finally doing it. Boom. So as soon as I shoot a zombie, I just realize, wow, what a difference one pack-a-punch level makes. Then I checked the map to actually find out where this infested stronghold is. And I found it right there, which was kind of at the edge of the red zone, which I was kind of happy to see, because if it got a little iffy, I could just escape into the orange zone. So I felt quite optimistic, and I was like, I'm gonna head there and at least check it out. If I can't do it, at least I know what it looks like, how big it is, and just where the location is and what the surroundings are, to kind of get a better feeling for it, how bad it is really. And I already get super nervous when I drive in there, especially when I see the mega bomb right there. I'm like, oh my god, how am I even gonna do this? And here it is. It's not as big as I was afraid of, but it's still a 2-story building, which is always harder than 1 story. It's got a zip line on it, I see that. So that would be very good for a quick escape after I'm done, if I even get that done at all. But yeah, as soon as I drive away, my car starts to catch fire, which always happens when I drive into the high threat zone. The cars just don't survive at all in there. And I run for my life towards the low threat zone, being followed by tier 3 dogs and tier 3 zombies. And yeah, it's just terrifying for me to even be in there. But I'm trying, I'm really trying. And that exfil was one of the most horrible exfils I've ever experienced. I usually have absolutely no issue, I never go down at the exfil, but this time I went down 3 times. And then what happened after I revived myself again here, I just did it because I had so many revives and I knew I'm gonna lose them anyway. So this happened. Like seconds after I did the revive animation came in and I had this situation. Thankfully I was in the chopper already, but yeah. I don't know if this ever will get fixed, but here we go again. Activision. And then I was thinking, what if this actually happens in the middle of this mission in the high threat zone? I'd be definitely screwed and lose everything. I wanted to make this video to show that I do try things that you guys recommend to me, but sometimes it doesn't work in my favor. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, happy gaming, take care, bye bye.